Hello, first grade Panthers. So nice to be here with you. I'm Dr. Connie, and I'm a reading doctor. I live way on the East Coast on Cape Cod. I want you to look on a map and see if you can find where Cape Cod is. And I wish you were first grade teachers, second grade teacher. When your teacher was in second grade, she was in my classroom and I taught, and we both lived in Newport News, Virginia. You might want to look that up on a map too. She was my most favorite student in all the classes that I taught. She listened to Dr. Connie. She was a very hard worker, and she learned how to read and write very, very well. I was so proud of her. And I had a feeling she was going to become a teacher. So you're very, very lucky to have such a special teacher. Now I understand. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you that I was born in Texas. Yes, I was in San Antonio, Texas. And so I love the people and the teachers and the children of Texas. So thank you for inviting me to come and read you some poems. I chose a very special book for you. This book is full of poems, very funny, silly, and wonderful poems by a great poet called Shel. His name is Shel Silverstein. And the title of the book is Where the Sidewalk Ends. So I hope you enjoy the poems that I chose for you. It was really hard to choose them because I love them all. You might want to ask your librarian or your mom and dad or your teacher to get you the book Where the Sidewalk Ends. And you can see how old mine is. I've used it with all of my classes, my students, and with my own 3 kids. The first poem I chose for you is called Jimmy Jet and the TV Set. I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day, he watched all night till he grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late, late show and all the shows in between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide and his bottom grew into his chair. Oh my! And his chin turned into a tuning dial, and antennae grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face into a TV screen, and 2 knobs saying vert and horizontal grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail. So we plugged in little Jim, and now instead of him watching TV, we sit around and watch him. You see, Jim turned into a TV set. That's a great one. It was called Jimmy Jet and his TV set. If you like that poem, you may clap. Excellent. I can hear you clapping all the way from Massachusetts to Texas. All right, here we go with the next one. This one is about a little girl. See her in her bed with all her covers over her head? And her name is Peggy Ann McKay, and she can't go to school today because she's sick. Let's see what happens. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks, I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue, it might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke, I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin, my belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankles sprained, my appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb, I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak, I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth, I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight, my temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear, there is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is, what? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play. And if you like this poem by Shel Silverstein, you may clap. Oh, yes, it's a very good poem. I wonder how many of us made up things when we thought we were sick and didn't want to go to school. Not supposed to do that. All right, speaking of being sick, this little boy really has a lot of Band-Aids. You see them? Let's hear the poem that Shel Silverstein wrote about Band-Aids. It's called Band-Aids. I have a Band-Aid on my finger, one on my knee and one on my nose, one on my heel and two on my shoulder, 3 on my elbow and 9 on my toes, 2 on my wrist and 1 on my ankle, 1 on my chin and 1 on my thigh, 4 on my belly and 5 on my bottom, 1 on my forehead and 1 on my eye, 1 on my neck, and in case I might need them, I have a box full of 35 more. But oh, I do think it's sort of a pity I don't have a cut or a sore. If you like Band-Aids, you may clap. He's got Band-Aids all over him and he doesn't even have a cut or a sore. The last one I thought is one of Shel Silverstein's very, very greatest poem. I love this poem. And it's called Afraid of the Dark. I'm Reginald Clark. I'm afraid of the dark. So I always insist on the light on and my teddy bear to hug and my blanket to rub and my thummy to suck or to bite on and 3 bedtime stories, 2 trips to the toilet, 2 prayers and 5 hugs from my mommy. I'm Reginald Clark. I'm afraid of the dark. So please do not close this book on me. Okay, Reginald, we will keep the book open and we will not close it. If you like this poem, you may clap. I hope you had a good time with Dr. Connie. Oh, here's my cat, Lily. She came to say hello. Let me show you Lily. This is Lily, and she loves children, and she loves to see what I'm doing when I talk to children. And she's a very good buddy to Dr. Connie. Say hi to all the children in Texas. Oh, she's busy looking at something that she wants to chase. All right, boys and girls, you be good. You listen to your mom and dad and your grandparents, and you have fun with your brothers and sisters when you're home. You have a wonderful summer, and you take good care of your teacher, listen to her, and give her a big hug for Dr. Connie. Thank you for being with me. It was wonderful to read to you. Keep reading and writing. Bye.